Welcome everyone to season 6, episode 11 of the Cosme Reads. Woo! Yeah, and there's much rejoicing.
Episode 117.
It's on your dry erase board. What does it say?
Oh crap! Episode 117. That's what it says. Wait, does that mean that was last week? Oh, I guess this is 118 then.
It's 118. It's 118.
I gotta.
It's right next to you, man. Come on. I love it. Love it. All right. Yeah.
Is that up to date?
Unfortunately, Tree is unable to join us. She has the heads that hurt, the headaches. Yeah.
She was that, or she said we smell too bad. I can't remember.
One of the two. I don't know. It happens. Migraines. I get migraines. Do you get migraines?
Oh yeah, man. I am infamous for my migraines, man. I've had migraines since I was like 13 or 14 years old.
So I rarely get the like head pounding ones, but I get the ocular ones, like where your vision goes in and out. It
was all crazy. Yeah. No, I mean, and it took me so many years to get diagnosed for some good medicine. And they used to give us back in the day, they didn't know how to treat migraines, so they used to give you blood thinners.
Okay.
Which was, I mean, is somebody that's healthy, that is really, really bad. So it would like really wipe me out. I like to the point where I couldn't move. I mean, I was just so weak and everything from it. So I'm glad the medicine's come a long way, but there's still no magic bullet, unfortunately, for migraines, you know. Right. And then the triggers are always weird too. For me, it's like if there's a crazy fluctuation in barometric pressure, or during the summertime, because I'm very sensitive to like crazy amount of sunlight. Right. So let's say I'm outside a lot, which is bad when I was in Florida. That's the reason I used to get them all the time, because I was just always in the sun, getting beat up. So that's the other thing too. I try to stay out the sun, and I know if we've had these like temperature fluctuations where it's been like 30 degrees one day and it's like 70 degrees a couple of days later. Sure. Migraine, you know. Yeah.
I hear you.
I'm sorry, Tree's having to deal with that, but Tree, we hope you get better soon.
Yeah, I hope you do too. If you're listening to this later.
Yeah.
As far as new announcements, I got nothing for the Cosme Reads really. I don't think we have any new we don't have any new patrons. I don't think so. I should say that as I look, it's gonna be like 5 new. Really, really cool. An author sent me no new patrons. An author sent me a book in the mail, which is kind of cool. Like an actual author. He wants me to review it, which I was completely honest with them, and I was just like, it's not really what I do. And with how busy I am, I can't promise that I will read it in any timely fashion.
And so even if he did, in what capacity would he want the publicity? Is it like is it Cosme related? Is it like fan fiction?
It's fantasy. It's a fantasy series.
Okay.
Yeah. So
interesting.
Yeah, I mean he wants it more in the wheel reads. He was wondering if the wheel reads would do it. And I was just like I mean, I'll read your book, but like I can't make you promises. But I mean, like I'm more
even read the book. I mean, when are you gonna have time though? I mean,
I'll get an Audible and I'll listen to it in the car between listening to everything else I have to listen to. I mean that's literally what I'll do. But the thing is, it's not out yet. He gave me an early copy, I guess in hopes that I would get a review in before it actually released it. I can't even get it on Audible yet. So I'm like, I'll listen to it when it comes out.
Maybe they could sponsor, and then like we do like a Patreon only episode, I guess.
I don't know. I just got the book today. I didn't even know it was coming. I was excited. It's a beautiful looking book. It's really pretty. Hardcover, like really cool pictures.
Oh, really? Oh, hey.
Spine art, not spine art, but the pages art, like on the pages. Like really pretty book.
Really?
He wrote me a handwritten thank you note in advance.
Wow.
I went and looked up the series. It's book 5 in their series though, and I haven't read any other books in the series either. So I'm like,
geez, it's book 5. Wow.
It's book 5. Apparently it's a pretty popular series too. Like I went and looked online, and it's pretty popular. So I was like, okay.
Have you looked to see like I mean, we're talking about numbers of books sold in the first 4 series. Do you know like what numbers he's pulling?
I looked on Goodreads.
I'm just assuming he, by the way. I don't know if it's he or she. But...
Yeah. Okay. I looked on Goodreads, and it looked like it was a pretty. Like possibly best selling. Let me see. Let's see. Let's see sales numbers. I can go look it up. Let's see. He has a board game that he came out with based on the book too, and that's sold over like 1 million.
Oh, that's actually pretty cool. I mean,
yeah. Maybe. Let's see. I'm getting a bunch of other stuff when I type it in, so maybe it's not. Google.
I'm sorry to get you derailed. I just was.
Oh no,
curious.
you're fine. I don't mind it at all. It's fun to do these things. I mean, I can say the name of the series. It's called the Ronin Saga. It's
Ronin, like a samurai Ronin?
Yeah, Ronin.
Okay. Well, Ronin isn't samurai. Ronin is like the opposite end of a samurai. So.
Right. Yeah.
But you know what, man? It akin to that era, essentially.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's supposed to be rooted in Japanese culture, like the books. Apparently, I've read a little bit about it. So, I mean,
essentially, that stuff is actually right up my alley. So,
maybe
now I'm curious about it. So,
yeah. The first book in the series is called The Knife's Edge.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Yeah. Goodreads. It has 112 reviews on Goodreads, which is not.
Huh.
Yeah, it's not a small amount. I mean, that's for because not everybody writes on Goodreads. I'm not Harry Potter, but
sure. I mean,
has 448 reviews on Amazon.com, so it has a decent amount of reviews.
Like I say, like I usually have a tendency to say, they're not doing pedestrian numbers, right? Yeah, so good for them. Yeah.
Look, it looks like that. Okay, let's see. I look for book sales to see. It just says books for sale, so I'm not seeing sales numbers. Okay.
Well, don't worry about it.
It's okay.
You know.
Yeah. I'll figure it out eventually, and I'll get back to you on that. Yeah. So, anyway, yeah, I will read it at some point. It's a really beautiful book. I can give it that much. So if you want to judge a book by its cover, he has a very, very pretty book.
Good call.
So
you must be partnering with a good artist and everything. That's a good look.
Yeah, it's a pretty book.
Cool.
So yeah, and I appreciate it. So awesome. So anyways, so I guess that's news. You ready to talk about some Cosmere?
Sure.
Jump right in.
That's what we're here for.
That's what we're here for. We're talking about some Warbreaker. Yeah, this things get interesting in these chapters. We're definitely on the back side of the books at this point. You can tell the shift has come where it's not world building. We are marching. Now there's still going to be obviously twists and turns because it's Sanderson, but we're not in the let's learn the characters world building stage. We're in the let's start to tie up some things just to throw a wrench into everything.
Yeah, this whole thing with Vivenna. I don't know why, and it took me like a minute to realize it, but it reminds me of when what's her name got caught in the item. Oh my gosh, why am I blanking for Wheel of Time?
Egwene?
Was it Egwene? Thank you. I don't know. I always have the worst time remember her name when she got caught with the item.
Yeah,
and it's just like it looks like this horrible situation. Like there's no way she's getting out of this.
Right.
It's just so depressing and the whole deal. I got a lot of those vibes about Vivenna being in the situation she's in. So
yeah,
she's a lot of similarities there. You know.
Yeah, it's rough. And she's hit
very rough.
She's hit all-time lows.
We
start with chapter 39, and she's living as a drab. She's on the run from Denth and from Vasher, just hiding from everyone. She tries begging, but it's not successful. And this is also the chapters afterwards she gets moved. No, we're at chapter 40. So we're
actually started chapter 40. Yeah, 39 was last time.
39 was last week. Sorry.
Mm-hmm.
I was like, we've already done this. So we're starting with Siri.
Yeah, it starts out like all sunshine and rainbows for a second.
Yeah. Yeah. So Siri's having dinner. That's how we start. All the different seafood, which let me tell you, we'll do a little food tangent. I love some good seafood. Let me tell you.
We're in a really good, I think we've talked about this before. We're in a very good seafood area here in the Hampton Roads area. I mean, next to the Chesapeake Bay.
Yeah.
I mean, we got seafood options for days. The only thing you can't really get here, like, is lobster. That's about it. I mean,
yeah. And even, I mean, they do have lobster off Norfolk Canyon. It's just really tough to get to.
Oh, really? Okay.
Yeah, there is
so I've never even tried to get any local lobster. I just always like sourced it from like Maine or whatever.
Right on the edge of Norfolk Canyon, the water's cold enough where they actually do have lobster out there, and it's pretty decent sized lobsters. And they have lobster pots way out there.
Oh yeah,
it's miles and miles offshore, so it's like deep sea lobster farming, and it's not easy work. So it's rare, but
sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, but we have a great seafood options here, though.
Lots of tuna.
We've got great oysters. Oh, yeah. We've got like amazing fish. Crab for days. Yeah.
Good fish. There's lots of good fish. And the fish has been running like crazy around here recently. Like as far as like the new types of fish that have come up, like since like everything's, I mean, not just to the global warming and get into the whole entire climate change thing, but because the waters have been getting warmer, we have a lot of fish that were only native to like South Carolina, North Carolina, now find in Virginia waters.
Mm-hmm.
So we're getting a lot more different fish that we never were able to catch before that are being caught off the coast. So
yeah, they're getting closer and closer to the coast, which is interesting.
Yeah, a lot more swordfish, a lot more red drum. That drum used to not come this far north, but we're getting a lot of drum, which that's good eating. A whole lot of tuna, and the tuna's been coming close to shore, which is really weird.
That's the thing I hear about all these fish. I hear that they're all coming closer to shore, which is like crazy.
Yeah,
so they're just easy to pick off now.
Yeah, they've been catching tuna like crazy right off, like not even far off. Like before,
you can like go to Teensboro Bridge supposedly and just go like cast out there and you're good.
Yeah, you can catch cobia off the James River Bridge. Cobia is really good eating. It's good fighting fish too. I mean, those things get about like 7 feet long. So they're big fish. But they're normally like in the past for cobia is tough because you can only fish for cobia. It's a very short season, and it opens up twice a year, and it's like only for like a 2-week window, and then it closes for like a month, and then it opens for another 2 weeks, and that's it. So like cobias are very short season, but everyone goes out for it during those short times. It's like a big burst, and all the fishermen go for cobia. But most of the time you have to chum for it because they've been a little more, but they've made this huge comeback, and yeah, so good stuff. Good fish. Yeah, fish. Maui. So anyway, she's trying seafood, and she doesn't really like it, but shame. It's a shame. I would be eating all of it. And then our boy Trilody shows up.
Oh, you can't skip the fact that she had a cucumber, but it didn't taste like a cucumber.
Oh yeah,
I thought that was hilarious. If anybody didn't get the gist of that, so she had a sea cucumber and she thought it was like a regular cucumber.
Right.
Yeah. And she's like, "It don't taste like a cucumber," and I was like, "Ha ha!" Nice little joke there.
It's like when I first told my kids that pickles are cucumbers, and they just looked at me like I had 3 heads. Like, that's not a cucumber. I was like, "Oh, it is." Like, it's like a cucumber. I was like, "It's a cucumber."
It is a cucumber.
Yep. Yeah. Fisher, we already explained where Tree is. She has a headache. She's not coming.
Yeah.
So yeah, Trilody shows up. But she ignores him at first, plays a little hard to get game. Yeah. But yeah, she ignores him at first, making him wait. But then after some intense throat clearing. I need to talk to you.
Yeah. She's getting into her own though, challenging him, which I appreciate.
Mm-hmm.
What she needs to do, because he needs to check his station.
Yeah.
I
mean, they have a nice little verbal spar here though, which is really interesting. I didn't know what your thoughts were on all this. Like is this definitely a cat and mouse like type of like testing the waters, but at the same time, like, yeah.
My enjoyment about the scene is that think about the challenge it would be if you were trying to spar with somebody verbally
Yeah.
and your hair betrayed your actual feelings all the time. She kept having to control herself and say, okay, gotta make sure my hair doesn't change color. Don't want to give anything away, et cetera, et cetera. That's a tough little thing you got to play. I mean,
I'm my complexion, my skin, I blush. So I have this problem. Like, like
it's just like obviously like if you're just like getting flustered or something like
flustered,
that,
face turns
everybody
red. It's
knows.
like, ugh.
Got you. Yeah. So, I didn't think about that when, I mean, all the stuff we talk about with these hair color changes and stuff. I didn't think about the fact that it could really give away your position. Think about if you're like negotiating with somebody,
Right.
you could be like in a, political, negotiations and all this kind of stuff. And if you're in the royal family, your hair color is giving you away.
Yeah.
That's rough. So, yeah.
Yeah. And especially, I don't know how trained Siri is as the second daughter.
Third daughter, right?
Second. Third one's the monk, I think. Maybe
I thought that she was the youngest.
Okay, yeah, she's the youngest. Never mind. She's the third.
Yeah.
As a third daughter, how much training did she have?
And she's already known for being, I'm not gonna say a hothead, but just flying off the handle and doing whatever she wants to do. Right. When they call it back in the day, being a flippery gibbet or whatever, she's just like doing
it's
just
like
one,
It's like sending the new guy in to like negotiate a contract. It's not gonna end well. Yeah, you're not gonna get all the consent. You're gonna lose in negotiations. And
they'll pick up on all your body language and cues and clues.
Yeah, I remember.
You're not gonna do well.
I remember my father was talking about. He talked about this one time. Like he was negotiating to buy a company, and this was with a pretty large company, and they sent to negotiate like a young, fresh out of college guy that had a big chip on his shoulder, and they wore him down in the negotiations, and he finally like caved and said, like, listen, if I don't get a deal signed today, I'm fired. They're like, okay, well, here's the deal then. Like, you've lost.
Oh, geez, never tell.
Yeah, he played his cards, and they're like, okay, then you're getting screwed.
Wow. I mean, there's a lot to be said about college smarts and street smarts. I mean, yeah. You come out with all that braggadocio, and then they get in the room in the room where it happens.
Yep.
Quoting Hamilton, and they don't know what to do.
Yeah.
You'll be able to hold your own.
Exactly. So yeah, Jolie Deese is awkwardly interrogating her about her wifely duties. And I guess since he's a priest, he's allowed to. I don't know. It's kind of weird. It's just weird.
I guess. I don't know. I still feel like he's out of his station with the questions and the way he's acting and stuff. I don't really feel like this is all legit.
Yeah.
I feel like he's overstepping what his authority really is, but there's no one around to double check him.
Right. Yeah.
Because who's going to validate what he should and shouldn't be able to do right now?
Exactly. Yeah.
So I don't know.
You're right. Yeah. So I have no idea. It's yeah. So there's that is going on, and then she pulls out the card that, well, I know that you cut his tongue out, and he has this answer about, well, we got to do it, protect him. He's susceptible. He might give away his breath, so we got to be careful about that. So we know that it's a matter of national security. Don't you love that answer? It's for national security. That's why. Don't worry about it.
Everything about this was just BS all around. Actually, let's back up a second though. I like the way that she played position to make him come to her.
Oh yeah, I know.
Because he was like, I sent for you, and she was like, and
yeah,
she was like, I don't have to come to you or whatever. And then when he finally shows up, then she's like, oh well, but you came to me, so now it's a different story.
Yeah.
Versus when you send your whatever we'll call them the peons.
Right.
She was like, I ain't dealing with your peons.
Yeah.
You better come correct. I love it.
Yeah, it was great. Yeah, so it gives some BS answers, and and then she kind of comes with concessions, like, well, maybe I'll do what you say, but I need some concessions. So like, I need you to change all the serving girls to punk all girls. And he's like, why do you want that? It's like, I like the colors. All right, that should be enough. I don't have to give you another answer. I like the color they wear. and they're stuck here in a foreign land just like me. So yeah, we relate. That's why. So anyway, that's pretty much this chapter. It's just a little back and forth with
right
and Siri. She's definitely getting more.
Wait. The thing that I still had a question about. Sorry, I didn't think it just now. He said that they had somebody in the room.
Yep.
That part, I was like, "How?" That part, I was like, so that means
is he bluffing? That's another question too.
He said somebody was in the room, and the God King is there. So the God King had to know that they were in the room, unless they were like a drab.
Yeah, drab.
And then he couldn't feel their presence. Right. I guess that's possible, but then they had to do sneaky and somehow never get in and out of the room without anybody noticing. Unfortunately, it raised a lot more questions than they probably didn't bring to Anderson wanted me to ask.
I feel like it might. I mean, and I'm not going to give anything away, but I feel like my when I first read this, I felt like that was a bluff.
Okay,
because I did that as a parent. I'll do stuff like that as a bluff, to get my kids to tell the truth. So we have monitors in our kids' rooms, and they're camera monitors. The oldest one we're about to take out because he's getting to the age now where he doesn't need a camera anymore. So we're about to take it out. But the kids don't know that it doesn't record. They know there are cameras in there. It's not recording. It's their monitors, but they don't know that. So they come down and start telling different stories about what happened, and they're in trouble. Something happened, and they all are blaming each other, and no one's telling the truth. And I'll just say, do I need to go back and check the tape? There's no tape. But immediately they start singing like canaries. I mean, they're just like, "Oh no, it was me." Okay, well, don't check the tape. So nice. I feel like this is one of those type of things, where Trilody's is just we had someone watching. You want to fess up to anything?
Okay,
I already know.
That's a fair approach,
and that's what as a parent, that's how
a fair interpretation. Yeah,
because as a parent, that's how when I first read it, that's how I thought. I was like, I think it's just him trying to get there to sing, and say something she shouldn't say. He's fishing, That's now whether that's true or not, that's a whole different story. But that's
I guess we'll find out. Right,
we'll find out, but
maybe
it could
we'll
be.
See.
Yeah.
Anyway, that's the only thing I was thinking about from this chapter was that he said that they had people in the room, and again, don't give me something that I can't wrap my head around logically, which is what I felt. I was listening to that, I was like, how did that work? Because back then she was prostrating herself on the ground the whole time,
right?
I mean, there was no sound happening. She was just sitting there.
Yeah.
So how? I mean, and then eventually she would fall asleep on her clothing, basically, not in the bed,
right?
On her clothing, just naked, right there, and nobody.
Yeah.
Even hear footsteps. Again, that's the reason why I was like the logic.
Yeah.
It just wasn't making sense. Anyway, let's move on.
Fisher's comment: reverse psychology at its lowest level. Yes.
Oh, well, yeah, that it does work. It does work.
Parenting tips. The police do the same thing too. All right. This is a normal.
Oh my God. Yeah.
This is a normal detective tactic. This is not
my gosh.
It's a normal thing.
The stuff that they do to get people to admit to things and everything. And
the police do not have to tell you the truth. That's one of the biggest
that's
that gets told around.
Oh my God. Right back in the day, what was the lie that they used to say back in the day on everything? Where if you ask a police officer if they're a police officer, they have to tell you. I was like, no, they don't.
No, they don't.
I don't know where that lie came from.
Have you heard of a Vice detective that actually infiltrates gangs? They do not oh, you got me. I'm a cop.
You need to tell me for cop. The cop's like, no, don't.
Yeah, no.
All right.
That's not how that works. So if anybody out there has heard that thing that you have to tell you, it's a lie. That's not true.
Please,
don't try it.
That.
Because don't do it. Don't do that. It's no. Because they can lie.
And they cannot keep you indefinitely.
Yes.
They have to give you access to your lawyer.
Oh yeah, if you ask for a lawyer.
Absolutely. Yeah, but they can't keep you indefinitely. They can't just keep you like in a place like forever and say, we'll be here all day long. It's like, no, you can't. And they've got to have probable cause.
Mm-hmm.
And they can't just detain you without telling you exactly what you're being detained for.
Right.
I mean, there's a whole bunch of stuff like that. Know your rights, people.
Oh yeah. Oh, I used to be an asshole with cops about my rights. I'm not so much anymore because now I don't try to be that asshole. I was not like one of those people that went out there and look for it, but like if they were harassing me, like I got snippy with them.
I've done the exact opposite. Of course, being African American with police has always been just a nerve-wracking situation. But for me, every time I have just been upfront honest with them, because I'm never doing anything like bad. Usually it's just like a weird situation or whatever. I've even just happened like a couple of weeks ago. I broke a light because the guy in front was going like 25 on a 35-mile-per-hour road. The light turned yellow. I was like, I have an electric car. It's got like crazy torque. I'm gonna go around him, beat that light. The light was pink as far as I was concerned. And sure enough, there was a cop right there. Got me and everything and ran my license. He was like, you know what you put me over? I was like, I know exactly why you put me over. I was so upfront with him. And he was like, you're very honest. I appreciate that. You got positive points in your license. I'm gonna let you go to the warning. And I was like, I appreciate that. I'm like, I'm not trying to be dodgy or anything.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Now there's one time where I was at a house party and the cops got called to the house party and the owner went out to the street to talk to the cops. And I was sitting on the front porch and he shined his spotlight at me and told me to go back inside. And I told him no.
You cannot do that.
I said no. And he started yelling across the yard. And I'm like, I'm across the yard. I'm not anywhere near him. He's what's the word I'm looking for? Initiating the interaction. Mm-hmm. I was not talking to him. I was sitting there minding my own business. He initiated the interaction and then starts saying obstruction of justice. And I just yelled back. He said, I need you to come over here right now. I was like, I'm not stepping foot on this porch.
No, absolutely not.
Absolutely not. I'm not walking the street. Absolutely not. And he's like, you need to listen. That's a lawful order for you to come out. I was like, no, it's not. I said, if you want to come over here, and I put my hands out. I was like, come cuff me. Come across the yard on a private property. That's right. And cuff me.
Come on to private property
and cuff me. Like,
especially since he instigated the interaction.
I was like, you come over here and you can come over here and cuff me. He just backed out.
Of course he could.
I was like, yeah. Like, and I'm not going inside. I don't have to go inside.
By the way, I have respect. There's great police officers out there. I'm not trying to discourage the entire all law enforcement, but every so often, some of these guys, they just get a power trip. They think they have like a little bit of power and they would try and use it. And I'm like,
he was trying to say it made him nervous that I was on the porch and it was dark on the porch and he couldn't see if like I had a weapon and everything. He was trying to make all these arguments. He was yelling
to make excuses
and all this stuff. And I was like, it doesn't matter. I don't care. Like it doesn't matter.
Exactly.
None of that
doesn't matter. Right.
Like, doesn't matter.
Screw you, dude.
I'm not breaking a law, so I'm not listening to you. Like, fun times. Anyway, you ready for the next chapter?
Let's go.
All right. Chapter 41. Vivenna earns 1 bit, so like a coin from her begging. She got a coin, which is not even enough to buy a place at the garbage can.
I can say 2 bits is a quarter.
Yeah, she got a nickel.
What's it 1 bit? I was like 1 bit with this like 2.5 cents, I guess.
Yeah, it's like it's half a penny. It's half a pence. She can't even buy a place at the garbage can. So at this point, she's not even thinking straight because lack of food, and she's sick at this point. She even considers prostitution at this point. I mean, that's how low. Talking about rock bottom, like.
But she's looking at these women who are like they're fed, they've got nice clothes on, they're clean.
Yeah,
she's like actually looking at them admirably. Like, oh well, go out here and do your do, but look at the life you get to live. When you're not doing what you're doing, you can actually get cleaned up, get some food in you, all the things.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, and she finally finds a place to sleep, but then is ambushed by a bunch of thugs. Um, yeah, and was led there by the same man who robbed her of all her clothes.
Yeah, she finds her favorite alley.
Yeah,
I call it alley 2, I guess it's whatever, something like that.
yeah,
I think she called it like alley number 2. And then this Joker shows up. He said something about like it took us a while to find you.
yeah.
And I was like, oh no. So now
Yep.
I thought maybe it was like a vendetta thing that he just kind of crossed his paths, but nope.
Nope.
He's been on the hunt for her.
Yep. They found out that also Denth had put a bounty on her head. So
yeah,
that's fun.
Well, yeah, because they start to get ready to take her. She's kind of going in out of consciousness or whatever now because she's like so tired and everything.
Yeah.
And she kind of hears him say something about, the guys like kind of not bickering, but like trying to like debate. And they were like, oh, we'll take her to Denth. And I was like, oh, well, are they going to? Are they not supposed to? Who is supposed to be?
Yeah.
Who's paid this bounty? I don't know.
Yep. So, I mean, she's so tired. She can't even put up a fight at this point. Like, she's just weak.
Oh, yeah.
So,
Yeah.
she can't even try to escape. So, they're taking her away, and they come across down the street, turn the corner, and lo and behold, there's just a random sword just sitting in the middle of the street. Hey, for the taking, right? Good old Nightblood. Just chilling. Wants to kill some things today. So, one of the guys picks up Nightblood. And proceeds to kill the rest of one man picks not the one of the thugs. One man it ends up being Vasher.
I'm going to beg for you to get the Michael Combopulus what do you call it, GIF or whatever. Because it's like every time I keep wanting to say the whole thing where he's like, here I go kill it again. Yeah. I swear we could have used that thing 1,000 times. And right now Michael Combopulus, here I go kill it again. You need to get that clip.
I'll go look for it. That's okay.
Because me too reference it all the time.
I'll go kill it again.
Yeah, go kill it again. And that's literally what I think of every time Nightblood starts. He's like, "Hey, here I go. Yeah, I go do the thing."
So it is. It wasn't Vasher. It was one of the thugs picks it up and kills all the rest of his friends.
No. So one of the thugs picks it up, and she starts to kind of unsheath it a little bit.
Right.
I mean, but at that point in time, it's like shit's about to go south already. Right. He's slicing and dicing. I mean, this sword is like he's like, hold my beer. I don't need you to do anything right now.
Yeah.
Imagine this. This guy was holding this sword and it just like goes sentient on him. And it just starts this slop, he chop and slop, and there's nothing he can do about it.
Nope.
He's just got a mind of his own, and he just cuts through.
Right.
Everybody there.
Yeah. Yeah. And then that's when Vasher shows up and slings her over his shoulder, and that's the end of this chapter.
Oh, but I like the part 2. We hate to get too gory, but when that thing turns around, stabs him through the chest with it.
Yeah, stabs him.
And he falls down on it.
Yeah.
But it's kind of got him propped up because the sword's like through his chest. So it's like actually fall to the ground.
Yeah, I picture this as being a great anime scene. Like just
excellent.
Excellent
anime scene. Yes, sir.
Yeah, this would be
agreed. This is like if the animators from Jujutsu, oh my gosh, Kaisen, I think it's the name of it.
Yeah.
If they were to animate this, their art style would go perfect with this. The whole dark tone. It's at night. The sword. It's right. And then she comes up. She starts getting nauseous, and all this time I was thinking she was getting nauseous because of the sword. And then he said something about later on. He's like, "You're nauseous because you're sick," and I was like, "Is that true?" I was like, I questioned that. So something else I was just keeping that in mind. I was like, I don't know if I trust that. I feel like there's something else that's triggering that nausea around that sword. Kaijin, thank you. I keep wanting to say, I went to a Japanese company, Kaijin, which basically means idea. Good idea, I think is what it means in Japanese. And I always get Kaijin and Kaizen confused. So that's my bad. Thank you.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, other languages are tough. English is tough. English is
Oh hell,
really,
English is
English is
god
god
awful
awful.
garbage. I hate what we have to do to get people to learn English because it's so stupid. The
It's just
rules never apply.
such a garbage language.
Oh god, it's because it's a mix of every
It's a
freaking
mutt. Yeah.
thing.
Yes.
It is always evolving.
Right. Yeah.
Which makes it even worse. So
Right.
it's like if you learn something, the way that your grandparents talked is nothing like the way that you talk.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah. There's like something I was researching on. They were talking about like how I guess it was during the Lewis and Clark expeditions, they were looking for Indians that spoke Welsh because there was like an old legend that the Welsh had come over like way before Columbus. Like there's this old legend. And this dates back to like Thomas Jefferson era, like where they had rumors of like Welsh that had been there since like the 1400s, and they were Welsh speaking Indians. The fact of the matter is, like, how the Welsh language evolved between the 1400s and the 1800s over that 400 years, even if they were Welsh speaking, they wouldn't speak a Welsh that no one living in that day would be able to understand.
Right.
Like if you go back to Old English, I'm not talking about Middle English. Middle English is hard enough. Old English, you can't understand any of it. I don't care, like, unless you're like into that.
And it's written weird.
It's written,
I mean, you can't even read it the way that you think you can just read like regular lettering. It doesn't.
English, it's not. It doesn't sound. It's very dramatic. And it's closer to German than it actually is English.
Yep.
And it's very, but it's still like it's impossible like to understand. Like you wouldn't even be able to pick out a sentence. Like you won't understand any.
I wish I had a good reason to learn Welsh. I mean, I got fascinated with it years ago, and then of course this whole Welcome to Wrexham thing came up, and that's gotten like people interested in it too. But I'm just fascinated with. I mean, why does it look so different?
Yes, of course.
I've read the similar, but
it's
so
been
long
a
ago.
long time ago. I read it like when I was
so like, it was like back when you read the Hobbit. And
I think I read Lord of the Rings the first time that I read, and I did my Tolkien homework. All right, I read it like 20 years ago or more than that.
Jeez, it could be for me easily more than 30, 35 years ago. I think I read the Silmarillion.
Yeah.
I wish I remembered even half of it. I don't remember any of it. I remember actually, it's a pretty short one though, isn't it?
What you say?
I don't think Silmarillion is that big.
It's not huge. No.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure. So I think that something like he could pick up like over a weekend, because I think a lot of those books weren't that big. You can kind of just plow through them. Yeah. But I just don't remember anything about it.
Well, so here you go. Hold on. I'm sharing this. So people always confuse Middle English with Old English too. So like here, I pulled it up. Let's go to image. So this is a sample of the Lord's Prayer, Our Father, thou art in heaven, in King James Version, versus how it would be said in Old English. Father, du de at on hinfunum zeden nonum gigglgog. God, don't go in the race. Like no, it's not. You can't read it.
You can't read it, and it's not even the fact you can't pronounce it. It's like you can't read it. All right, it's not like it's just like it's. You know how if you like look at like old things they wrote like at the turn of the infancy of our country. You can kind of read it, like even the Constitution and Declaration of Independence has like lettering is kind of weird and stuff.
Right.
That Old English, no, you can't read it. You can't pick it up and be like, "Oh yeah, I got what you're saying." No, you don't.
No, you don't. Yeah. No, that's not. So anyway, there's Old English for you. I just Googled
there. You go.
Yeah, Old English is it's not the same. But yeah, languages do evolve over time, and they're constantly evolving. English is just a mutt, though. It's French and German, and old Proto-Saxon, not normal German, not High German. It's old Saxon German.
I'm surprised how much German is in the English language until I took German.
Because of the Saxon invasion. The Saxons were Germans.
So it's insane. I mean,
Saxony is where Leipzig, so Brandenburg and Berlin, between those two. So it's like kind of central North Germany is where Saxony is. So the Saxons were from northern Germany. So when the Saxons invaded England, you get the Anglo-Saxons. So the Gaelic tribes, the Celtic tribes, had their own language, and then they first mixed with the Saxons, and then after the William the Conqueror in 1066 came over from France, from Burgundy, the Norman invasion, they took over, and then the French were the elite. So all the elite class were French speaking. So then you get this big mutt language of Gaelic mixed with Saxony German mixed with high French, not Poorman French, because it's only the nobles that stayed over. So it's like high French mixed with Gaelic mixed with lowborn Saxon German slang thrown together and then evolve it over a couple hundred years. And it's crap. It's a crap language. Hence why you have enough
Insane
where
language.
GH makes an F sound. What? Why? Why does GH make an F sound? I love English. So it's here. It's what we speak. So yeah. Anything else from this chapter besides English?
She gets picked up and taken away by Vasher.
Yeah. So it to Fisher, to correct you, it is Middle English that Samaritan's written in. It's not Old English. Old English is weird. It's a lot worse. Middle English you can understand more. So like Beowulf is written in Middle English.
Right.
Like, and Gulliver's Tales are written in Middle English. So there's not many manuscripts from Old English because before the French came in 1066 and conquered, there wasn't a large bit of literacy even amongst the nobles. That was a very French thing. So we know what it sounded like, and we have a little bit of like religious type writings from it. And that's why we know what it is, but there's very few like first sources and not any like fiction. So I mean, Beowulf would be the oldest English story, and Gulliver's Travels would be similar. But that's Middle English, where you can still, or Canterbury Tales, one of the two. Anyway, you can still read that. It's tough, but you still can. Versus Old English, you can't. It's a different language. It's gobbledygook to me. That's the word I'm using. Gobbledygook. And that's the official scientific term for it, right, Alondo?
Aren't you mean to say gobbledygook?
Gosh, I said the way I meant to say it. That's how messed up.
Moving on to chapter 42.
Hey, this is the epitome of the one.
Oh God, you always gotta just throw that one at me, huh? You just know. It's just like at nails on a chalkboard.
Oh, I heard one the other day too. What was it?
Oh no, who did this one?
Instead of catastrophe, what they say? Someone said the other day, and I just looked it up like they had three heads. It took me a while. It says in catastrophe, they said what? Catastrophe. Catastrophe.
Catastrophe.
Yeah, that's what they said. I was like,
yeah, that makes okay. Because I feel like I've heard that before. Somebody did catastrophe. Yeah, I'm pretty sure I've heard that one before.
Yeah, and I'm like, what? I never heard someone say it that way before, and I was like, what? I was like, oh, that's the way it looks on paper, I guess. Yeah.
Oh man. Hurts my brain hole.
It hurts.
Yeah.
Chapter 42, the meaning of life, the universe, and everything. Light Song repeatedly requests to see Allmother, and is told no. He commands the servants to set up a pavilion outside of her palace. And he's like, I'm just going to stay here forever until you decide to talk to me. I'm going to be that annoying guy.
I like the numerous ways he tries to get her to reject his plea. Because basically now he's trying to create frustration with her servants by having them keep coming back and forth. So in order to avoid them going back and forth, she has basically told all the different ways that she's going to reject him in advance. So that way they don't have to keep coming and checking in with her.
Right.
So she's a very, very sage individual. She's like, okay, I see the game you're playing. I don't be bothered. I got other business going on right now.
Yeah.
So I don't want him to do this. He can't do this. He can't do this. Can't do this. So that way, every time he asks for something, he's like, "Well, did you ask?" And she's like, she already told me. She's not accepting you asking for this and this and this and this." And I was like, "Yeah, it's pretty slick on her part because she knows he's witty."
This, a little bit of that.
Mm-hmm.
Anyway, and after he sits there for a while, he decides to throw in the proverbial nuclear weapon of Tippy.
Oh no, not Tippy. Man, when he brought Tippy in, I was like, "Oh man, Tippy's in this? Oh wow!"
And he says this, what is it, almond blossoms or something. I can't remember what.
Oh, it is something like that. It's like
something.
I do feel like it's almond something.
Yeah, something.
Shoot, I can't remember the phrase, but we'll say almond buttons or
something like that. And
I do feel like he got part of it. I think it is almond something.
Yeah, I think it was almond something. Anyway, but yeah. Tippy goes and causes some chaos.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And
he tells Tippy, like, something like scream or something. I was like, what? This girl's gonna scream?
Go wreck some shit.
He's like, go wreck some shit and then scream. And I was like, oh, wait.
The sound it was making was not something a squirrel normally makes.
Now, squirrels do make some interesting noises. Like, I mean... Yeah, but I mean, they can kind of squeal, screech, especially if it's mating season. It's real bad. Yeah.
I used to know my squirrel calls. There's a long screech, like it is, and then a long, like you hear that, and it usually means a predator. Like if one spots a predator, like a hawk or something like that, it has a call that it gives out. And I learned this years ago, actually, from someone that hunts squirrels. Because they would make the call, and the squirrels and all the squirrels in the tree would freeze because they think of predators, so they get really still. So if they're trying to take a shot, they'd make the call, and the squirrel would stop moving so they could take the shot.
Man, Alan, this is no situation where you got to use a Rick and Morty clip. There's a whole clip where Morty accidentally wears like an animal translator and deciphers what the squirrels are saying, and they're like, "Hey, little boy," trying to trick them into, giving up that he actually can hear them. Yeah, and they're like, "I think the little boy hears us." Yeah, see, so this is another. Man, we should have had this thing queued up for this entire book.
The only clip I got for this is just.
The Rick and Morty squirrel scene alone. Yeah. You could have used that through like 30 times easily. All right.
The translating squirrels. Yeah. There's a bunch of comics that have done, like, was it Farside Comics did that whole thing with dogs, where it's like the guy creates like a helmet where you can hear what dogs are saying, and all the dogs are saying, hey, 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 hey.
Oh, yeah.
Hey, and it's all they're saying. But like
Gary Larson, right?
Yeah.
Did Farside. Right.
Comics. Yeah.
Man, good comic. Great comic.
Great little desktop calendars.
That's right. Desktop calendar. Yes, sir.
Yeah.
That's the only comic I've liked is almost as much as I like Calvin and Hobbes. Of course, I'm a huge Calvin and Hobbes fan. I have the collected Treasury edition thing.
Yeah.
I go through it all the time.
Yeah.
So good. Way ahead of his time.
Yeah. Calvin and Hobbes is great.
Absolutely.
I need to get those for my kids. I have not. I've not gotten them comic.
I even got my sons. I mean, it's timeless. I mean,
it's so good.
There's a couple of jokes that don't really quite make sense, in today's era, but a lot of that stuff still holds up fabulously.
Oh yeah, I'm gonna get that because my son's at the perfect age for it too. So
yeah. Oh, absolutely, yes.
Yeah. He's 8 years
You're sorry,
old.
Asher. Yeah, Asher's at that age. Yes, definitely.
Yeah, that's
yes.
His birthday. He might get a book of Calvin and Hobbes.
There you go. Get him started, man.
Get him started on the Calvin and Hobbes train.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's great. It's a great comic.
The first couple of books, by the way, because I mean, if you don't get him the treasury, which has got all the stuff together, you get him the individual small ones. Revenge the Babysat, I think it's a good one to start off with.
Okay,
that's when his like artwork was like really refined. His jokes and stuff really getting really good. So yeah.
I'll have to get him that. That'll be good for him. Now I think about it, yeah, they're fun. He's gotten back into Pokemon recently, and he's been making some good trades with his classmates at school. Like he actually brought a card home the other day, and he's like, he always brings me his cards. Like, hey, can you look at this one and see how much it's worth? And so I'll go and look on, like pricecharts.com or whatever and see like what they're going for. And I'll say like if it was sold within the last few days, like how much it went for. It was a public sale. And he brought one home the other day. And most of the time when he brings it's like $1, 50 cents, 25 cents. Like they're all crap cards. He brought home this one. And I was like, okay. I went and looked it up or whatever. And I look at the phone and I look back at the card. The card's like, I mean, it's not a PSA 10. I mean, it's been handled, but it's no nicks on the corners. It was a good card. Probably an 8, 7.5, 8. And I looked at it for if it was a PSA 10, Joker was $1,300, $1,300 card. And I was like, it's an ungraded $400. I was like, hey, buddy, do you have any of those hard cases? He's like, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So go ahead and get one for me real fast. We're going to go ahead and place this one and that. And you're going to hold on to that. That's
I'm fascinated from the outside looking in as a collector because I love collecting stuff and I have comic book cards and stuff like that.
Yeah.
And then, of course, my comic collection. I got my dad's little baseball cards and stuff. So I'm fascinated with that stuff. And I keep thinking to myself, though, all these Pokemon cards I bought my sons. And I've asked them numerous times, like, do you guys still have any of those cards? They've said, yeah, we do. And I was like, have you really thought about getting those things graded and or evaluated, assessed? Because you don't know. You're saying, you might have something out there that's worth some money.
A card that's worth $1,300. I was like, damn. Okay.
Hey,
that's a good card. What was the actual Pokemon? It wasn't a Pokemon. It was a holographic of 2 trainers. So it wasn't one trainer. It wasn't like Ash, like the main guy, but it was like an offset. So it wasn't even Pokemon. It was like 2 trainers on the same card, all like full color holographic. So it wasn't actually a Pokemon, but it was a Pokemon card. I mean, it's from the Pokemon collection, but it was of one of the trainers. But it was apparently really, really rare. I don't know.
And then, of course, it depends on which series and all that kind of stuff.
And I looked up the series and looked at the number, like, because you had the codes in the bottom. So I typed the code, and that's how I got it. Yeah. So yeah, it was a super rare card. So it's worth
crazy.
It wasn't a Charizard or anything like that. It was it was just like something I wouldn't have thought would be worth a lot of money, but apparently is. So
you never know.
Never know.
But so what was the site you go to?
It's like pricecharts.com or something like that.
Price charts. Okay.
Yeah.
Because I have some cards and stuff. I mean, and I keep wondering, like, where do you
pricecharting.com. It's pricecharting.com. Yeah.
Is it just Pokemon cards or any type of card?
Just comics, video games, comic cards, comics, everything. It does. Yeah. It does.
Because that's what the main thing I was looking for is something that I've got numerous ways to value my comics. I have no good place to value my comic related cards.
Yeah, it does pretty much everything. It's like
okay.
And it goes and finds, like, it'll tell you like it's another one sold like 3 days ago or 2 weeks ago, and this is what it sold for.
Right.
And this is what it was rated. Like it was
because this is silvers I paid for. I mean, I know the guy that owns the company, and he set it up like a few years ago, and I've been using them for forever. And it does an incredible job for my comics. Like, it tells me like what the latest sale was, and if it's in this grade, how much it's worth, and whatever. Right. I got nothing like that set up for cards, so I could say I'm interested to use something like what you're talking about and see if it works for me.
Right.
I'll give it a shot.
Yeah. Let's see. I might actually have it here. That wasn't it. I might be able to find it. Yeah, pricecharting.com. Someone asked in the chat like what it was, so I can probably find it because I have it still on my phone. Let's see. That's not it. I'm gonna find it. Oh, here it is. It is the Reshiram and Zekrom GX number 222 from Pokemon Cosmic Eclipse Edition.
Oh, you're talking about the card yourself. I was just talking about the service.
The Pokemon. Yeah. So there's been
the service is definitely called price charting.
Oh, pricecharting.com. Yeah.
Okay. Got it.
Yeah. So that's this is I don't know if the camera can actually see it. That is the card.
I would know I was looking at it anyway.
Yeah, it's for chat more, but yeah, then a PSA 10 is valued at $1,378.50. So yeah, pretty.
So PSA 10 though is
not
comic books. Comic books are almost all my comic books that I have. I mean, most of them are graded 9.8, because that's the typical grade you get in a
Yeah,
comic book.
it's Rush,
Can
Rushy
you get
Ram.
a 10.0 on a comic book? You can.
It's a Rushy Ram. It's a tag team, so it's Rushy Ram and Zekrom. So Fire Chicken and so the Fire Chicken mixed with Zekrom, I guess a trainer. I don't know, but it's a double, so it's a trainer, and I don't know. So yeah, Rushy Ram and the other person. So I don't know enough about Pokemon. Apparently, some people in chat do. So, yeah. So apparently it's expensive. I told him to put it in a hard case, and he did immediately. So we got it in a hard case, sealed. It's like, there you go. If you ever want to sell it, at least now it won't be more damaged. Yeah, so the squirrel runs in. Tippy goes, Tippy does Tippy things. And All Mother finally says, all right, Light Song, kill him back. So she has enough. Because she prepared for that. She prepared for almost everything else Light Song did. Can't prepare for Tippy. That's just
I like the fact that he comes in and sees like the squirrel is restrained. You know. That squirrel caused some damage, yo.
Yeah. Yeah. And All Mother's actually, she's hearing petitions when he walks in. She's and rather than simply saying no like he usually does, like she's actually trying to make arrangements to help them, like, which is yeah.
Yeah, but he's not, putting thought into responding to the request though.
No.
See, they're coming into him and saying, hey, I need such and such thing. And he's thinking of it as, oh, well, I have to give you all my breaths to make you, to give you, I don't know, relief or whatever it is. He's not thinking outside the box at all. He's just like, I'm not giving them my breath. So, screw you, go home. She's actually like, okay, I'm not going to give you my breaths, obviously. But she's like, there's other things that can be done. Like the guy that comes in the particular case, it is a great example when she's like, oh, well, you're going to learn new trades. That way you can use the abilities you still have. Because he's lost the use of his legs, I think it was.
Yeah.
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 But she's like, you got to use your hands. I want to help you like figure out how to do making nets or something like that.
Sure.
You're going to learn his craft and you'll be able to go home and feed your family. Mm-hmm. See, that's the way it should be, right?
It should.
So, yeah.
Yeah. He does notice that All Mother looks a lot older than last time he saw her, which to him seems impossible because the returned aren't supposed to
age.
Yeah.
Well, they mature up until a certain point and then they just kind of plateau.
Right. Yeah, but figured that they don't age, that she would have already stopped. But anyway.
All right.
She goes to scold him just for acting a fool and being Light Song. He's like, whatever. I'm here for a reason. And she's like, no, I'm not helping you. Like, I don't know why you even bothered wasting your time. Like, I'm not going to help you. It's like, well, I need. And then I guess he flips things around. This is really interesting. Because rather than getting her commands at first, he offers his. Because he told Blushweaver one thing, which I didn't know first time reading this.
He had
had it in him to do the double agent type thing where,
Nah, you couldn't have told me for a second that he was going to go there and try and convince her to give him her command of her
Sure.
I was never buying into that. I always thought it was going to be the other way around, that he was going to give his commands of his troops over to her. I always knew that. There was nothing that was going to, trick me into thinking otherwise.
Right.
Because he can tell Blushweaver whatever he wants. He's like, whatever.
Yeah. Yeah.
But then the real gotcha is like she turns around and just like says, now you got, here's the phrase, now you have control of mine too. That was the shocking part to me. Yeah. And I was like, whoa, none of that makes any sense because it doesn't align with the way that she tried to keep him at bay the whole time.
She had seen patterns for a while that knew that this was coming. I think she was trying to delay it.
But she had, and again, I was like, I was not able to suspend disbelief until she said it's because of a dream. And I was like, got it. Okay. Yeah. So now she's fulfilling a prophecy. She knew this was going to happen.
Right.
She saw this moment coming and she knew this is what she was supposed to do.
She was trying to avoid the moment coming, but she knew it was coming.
Yeah, right.
But once it presented itself, she knew what she had to do.
Yeah, because she's like, okay, this is in this moment, I'm ordained to basically do this. I have to, reciprocate and provide him access and control of my troops as well.
Yeah. So. Kind of crazy. And that's pretty much how we end this chapter with now we have the battle of power standoff of all the lifeless. Because half the army is controlled by one faction, the other half's by the other. Or maybe they will combine forces and have it all. Now they had that opportunity now too.
Maybe. I'm not quite there yet, especially after we hear this next part.
Yeah. So 43. Vivenna's been unconscious for a week. She's not been doing too well, but she wakes up in clean clothes. Still a little hungry, but not famished.
Yeah, so she's definitely been fed.
And, and the first thing she looks at Vasher's like, "What'd you do to me? Did you take advantage of me?" And she's like, "I don't want Denth's second sloppies, sloppy seconds." And she's like, "Ew, no." She's like, "I don't even know why I'm trying to defend myself against this comment anyway, because I don't really care." But no.
Well, I don't remember being phrased like that, but
it was kind of phrased. It was phrased kind of like.
I don't remember that. I remember her like being like really bold, and she was like, "Did you leave me?" And he was like, "No." Yeah. And I don't remember that part of the sloppy seconds thing though.
Well, he's like, I don't want Denth's second. Like he's like, I don't want what Denth had.
Oh, yeah, that's right. He does say something about Denth, and
Denth's already had. And she's like,
but I thought that was like something about a kiss or something. I don't know why or what I misconstrued that then. Anyway, but and that whole film doesn't really make sense to me. By the way, why would he think?
I don't know.
I guess he's trying to insinuate that she's stupider than she really is, and that she was actually like.
She thought that she was in with Denth.
Yeah, but
yeah,
I don't know. Denth doesn't seem like that kind of guy. Yeah. Like he's like really into the whole like let's all get romantic kind of thing. I don't know.
Anyway, and then he scolds her that again fooled by Denth and said, "What, you give him all your breath too?" Like. Because you had a ton of that, now you're a drab. So, like, what'd you do with all that? She's like, "No, it's in my shawl." And he's like, "Really?" And he goes and grabs it.
Walks away, comes back.
This shawl? It's in this shawl? And she's like, "Yeah." And he's like, "Okay, then retrieve it." She's like, I don't know how. He's then how the hell do you escape my ropes if you don't know like what you're doing? Like that's the most basic command. Like, and she's like,
"Yeah,
I figured it out." And he's like, "Okay." Is my breath?
It's like I made it too simple.
Your breath to mine, or something like that. Your breath.
Well, he's like, "Oh, yeah, I forgot your loyalty. Just say your breath to mine."
Yeah, and all the.
And she recovers. She recovers all of her glorious breaths.
Yep.
The world returns to color for her.
Mm-hmm. All of it comes flooding.
And he says, "Because you've been without it for a few weeks,
it's like
getting it for the first time."
Yeah, it's like a heroin addict or something. I don't know. So yeah, the shock incapacitates her for a second, but she and then Vasher ask her what Denth was trying to do, and they start trying to pick together about the war in Idris and that kind of stuff, and she's like, "I don't want a war in Idris." And she's like, "Then why are you helping Denth? That's what he's doing. Like, he's starting the war." She's like, "No, he was working for me." And it's like, she's like, "Okay, you are stupid." Like, okay, like, and you can see Vasher the entire time, like,
calls her out.
Like, he's like, he starts like thinking about it. He's like, "Okay, I gave you way too much credit. You're just dumb. Okay, I get it.
Right.
Now. I feel kind of bad for you now. You're an idiot. Okay,
yeah.
So here's really what's going on.
You're a privileged little girl, and you really thought that you were doing something, but this whole time you were getting played."
Right. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep. So Vasher's like, "Okay, we got to start to undo some of some of the wrongs that you've done. Like we're going
Yeah,
back to
she didn't even understand the damage she was causing
no,
just
she did.
walking through the streets.
Right. Yeah.
Just being paraded around and her just being,
Right.
her typical moody, self who's all like, I hate these people from Idris, and the whole deal.
Right. And the whole point was to rile the people up. I mean, that's why. And she didn't realize that that's what they were using her for. Like they thought,
Yep.
yeah. So
Because what happens is, so she didn't realize that by her riling her people up, it made everyone else there in that city essentially say, okay, well, now there's this undercurrent of revolt brewing.
So now we have to do something about it.
So now we've got to try to fortify ourselves to be ready because they're going to, send their spies and all this kind of stuff to help, get this insurrection going. And it makes perfect sense when you look at it on the flip side, but she didn't have to be that way in the beginning anyway, which you guys know I've had a problem with her doing this from the beginning. I was like, oh, so much for this whole thing about I'm coming here to save my sister. Yeah. That excuse went out the door pretty early in this book.
It did, yeah.
I was like really disappointed with her all around just because she did not keep to what she committed to.
Sweet summer child. Just naive and
so naive
and of privilege and just had no idea what she was getting herself into.
And all caught up, and she's like, "Oh, I got the breaths now, and I'm like learning about things, and I'm going to talk about insurrection, and I want to meet with the leaders, and the thing, and it's like none of this was about your plan to save your sister. That just completely fell by the wayside, and I was just always like." Rolling my eyes every time she started talking about anything else outside of doing something for her sister.
Yeah. And they decide to go back to the slums. They go into a home where all the Idrians are kind of gathered, people that she'd already met with, but some of them, but she shows her royal locks to prove who she is and then tries to convince them not to go to war. And it doesn't go well at first. They're all like, well, I mean, can't be any worse than it is now. It sucks. He's like, no, you're all gonna die if you try to do that. Like,
and Vasher definitely he admitted that he's not a politician. No, he speaks very bluntly, which is fine. But he's not a persuasive guy.
No, he's not.
He's not gonna get you to, come over to his side of thinking, his line of thinking. He's gonna possibly alienate you with his bold tactic about how he's going to try to force you into the logic of the situation, but by then you might just fortify your own stronghold of thinking and being like, whatever, dude, okay, boomer, that kind of thing. As he just spouts on about whatever. So I'm glad that he did bring her, because she comes from a different place where she's like, I really jacked this up. It is all my fault. She prostrates herself and she's like, I am so sorry.
And the people are all
should
confused.
Stand down.
The people are confused. Like, what made you change your mind so fast? She's like, well, I didn't know what I was doing earlier. So now I do. And we need to change this because we will lose. Like, we won't win the war. Like, you think it's bad now, at least you'll be alive. Like, you're gonna be dead if you try to do this. Like, they're just gonna squash any rebellion.
I like the fact she was like, and we'll get you back. We'll get you back home. And they're like, what? Back home? I've been living here 50 years. My family's been living here 50 years. I ain't going home. This is home.
Right. Right. So, the people were like, we don't have a home back there.
Yeah, we left that spot a long time ago.
And they talk about the phantoms or whatever. Like, well, the phantoms will come back. They will come back. And like, it's like, okay.
Is that the hidden undead army?
Yeah, that the thousands of years ago.
So,
whatever. Like,
so this has been like the third time it's been brought up.
Yeah.
So now I'm like, okay.
Claude's phantoms.
So okay. I'll save theory time for later.
Oh, no. Let's do it. Do.
All right. Okay. So the thing that keeps getting mentioned
Uh-huh.
He doesn't like to. I think that this army's real. All right.
Okay.
And the word I keep hearing a lot, and I think is the reason why it's hidden, is because I keep hearing the word statues.
Okay.
And so, as somebody that has read Harry Potter, one of the things they do in the last book is they use this army of stone soldiers who are
Okay.
these statues, and they're all brought to life and basically fight on behalf of, Harry Potter and all of them against Voldemort. And so they built statues of this hidden army, and all I can think of is the Harry Potter scene where they bring these like stone statues to life. And so that's my theory time. And maybe it's just a Harry Potter driven theory time, but that's my theory time.
Well, we've seen stone statues like this before in another book, Cosmere book.
Which one?
Tress.
Oh yeah, that's true. Yep.
When you got to the whatever.
We got to the
witches. It's not the witches, but the whatever the sorceresses.
Yeah, sorceress. Yeah, you got to her
island.
I can't want to call it island. It's not really an island. It's an under.
It was a rocket ship. Remember, it took off at the end. It did. It did take off at the end. Yeah. It was, anyway, pretty much. But that's where I'm at. Of stone soldiers.
Yeah, so I feel like the president's there even for Sanderson then.
Okay.
But that's what my theory is that because I feel like this has been mentioned a few times, always in passing, but there's some belief there that they are real, Yeah. And I feel like Lightsong is one of the people that said something about him, about the, or it was a conversation with Lightsong they were talking about the number of, the amount of army troops they had.
Yeah.
They're talking about, we have like 40,000 because there's 10,000 here, 10,000 here, 10,000 here, 10,000 here.
Right.
And then if we go up against such and such, hey, but there's also a possibility of this like, this fanciful army over here.
Right.
And I think it was mentioned there before.
Yeah.
So I feel like it's come up a few times.
Yes.
So.
Yeah. But after a lot of convincing, eventually the men do promise, they convince him enough that they will try to influence the others against war.
Yeah.
Vivenna's kind of torn too. Like part of her's just like, what's about to throw the towel. She's like, I've been pushed around and fooled so much at this point. Like, I don't even know what's real anymore and like who to trust. And she does finally throw it in with Vasher, but throw in her allegiance, but hesitantly and like still not 100% on board and trusting, which rightfully so. She's been fooled. She's been through hell, literally hell and back. So yeah,
she went through 2 weeks of like crazy hell,
Mm-hmm.
I like the fact though, I liked the explanations about some of the things about hunger and being destitute,
right?
Because there's a lot of people that they really they go through like a turbulent time and they think they went through like rock bottom,
mm-hmm.
And I'm like, did you really go through rock bottom though? I mean, because you still had privilege and the capability of getting something. You had some family that could help you out, things like that. It's like, you don't really know rock bottom, and so I'm glad that it was kind of really put in context here, to really emphasize the fact that, when you're in a situation where it's like, you don't know where your next meal's coming, you haven't eaten for days, you have no shelter, no nothing, you no assistance,
right?
And you're on the run. I mean, she was rock bottom.
She is rock bottom.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, exactly. So anything from all this before we switch to our last chapter, 44?
Oop.
I wish I had some. We'll get to the very end of this chapter. So Siri and Susebron are eating together because they've made it this nightly tradition. where they order a lot, and she's giving him a hard time about eating too much. She's like,
yeah, they're pigging out on the desserts.
"You're gonna get fat if you keep eating like that." And she's like, "We can't. Trust me. We always
Can't get fat.
We can't get fat.
Yep.
Or we can eat all we want." Yeah. It's like, but normally that happens. She's like, "Yep, no, not for us. Not for return. It's what it is."
Yep.
And he's been watching the priest too, and he's starting to come around to her theory too. And he's just like, I've been watching, and there are some things that aren't adding up. And he's, he talks about that too. And he's like, yeah, I'm not sure, but at the same time, like, how is this going to work? And they have that moment where things kind of click, and it's like, wait, can this infant be stillborn? And they're like, I mean, yeah, and can an infant return? And then she's like, I'm not going to press it because they have to do something in their religion. They have to do something to earn being returned. Like, how does an infant do something virtuous? I'm not going to go down that road. I've already bashed on his religion enough. I'll just leave that alone. But they kind of put, something clicks where there's like, maybe the whole thing is that there already is an infant that's been returned, and that's why there's so much time pressed for me to get pregnant, because the God King's already been born, the next one. So like, once an infant does return, they need to quickly get the God King married and kill him, because the new one's already here. Like, maybe that's what it is. It has nothing to do with the centuries and things like that. It's something to do with timing, and there's another one that's come. And that's kind of theory that they're going with right now.
It does make sense to me, but I'm just like going along with it right now.
Yeah.
Because I'm like, okay, but it needs breath every week. That which means that somebody's exposing this child exists. Someone's got to know about it because we exposed to breath. Mm-hmm. Again, all the logic was breaking in my head, so I was like,
I don't think they know either. This is all.
I don't get it. This is all theory time for them too. So yeah. Right. But I was like, there's a lot of
there's a lot of holes, and they're trying to piece it together. And he's wondering whether his mother is actually his real biological mother, and and who actually raised him, and they have that whole moment, and they're talking back and forth, and it turns into. And then, Marvin Gaye starts to slowly play in the background. And
and then the boy got his groove back.
The boy got his groove back.
That's the reason why I changed my name.
Yeah, the boy got his groove back.
Yeah.
Nice. Yeah. So he's like, my mother, if she was my mother, is the only one that really truly loved me. Well, it was. But now I found someone else. Tries to be smooth with it.
I like the fact the series, she is like, I need to stop being so impulsive and everything else like that. And she's like, but later. she's like,
well, right now I'm ready to get it on.
She's like, I've got this lady boner, and this is gonna happen.
Yep. Yeah.
She's like, he don't know what to do.
I do.
Pick me.
Fun times.
Yep.
So, and that's how we pretty much end this chapter, with a couple of theory time with them, and then always pronounce it Susebron, and in the audiobook, Susebron is how they
say Susebron in the audiobook. Yeah.
So, anyway, yeah. So, okay, finally, I guess, consummate the marriage.
Finally, it happened to me.
Yeah.
Right in front of my face, and I just can't deny it. Finally, you came along. What do you feel about you? I can't be wrong. If you love me too, I'll get the whole song in.
There you go. So, final thoughts about these chapters. Where's your mind going with everything right now?
So I'm still trying to. Okay, so I do appreciate that it cleared up some of my issues with this conspiracy when it came to Vivenna.
Yeah.
Because I was like, none of this made any sense. That whole thing, she always forgets the name of the dead characters. What are they called?
Lifeless?
Oh, no, lifeless. Thank you. like them coming attacking them, all of this, and I was like,
It was
no,
all part of the plot because they're adding
no,
people.
it didn't make any sense. But then now that I'm hearing it after the fact, I was like, oh, it was a false flag attack.
Right.
I get it. It's to get everything riled up so that way you can actually send more troops in, or put more control in those areas of the city, etc. I'm like, okay, well now this is all making more sense. But I was really like struggling with it logically for a little while because I was like, it didn't add up.
Right.
Now it does. Looking at it from a much more, you pull back a bit, and then you like get a much bigger, broader picture of it. So now the issue is trying to figure out who is the mastermind still, and the mastermind has to be based off of who benefits.
Right.
So I'm trying to figure out who benefits here.
Yeah.
Who benefits by Susebron being killed, and the labyrinth baby coming into power.
Right.
I'm still trying to figure that part out. I'm still trying to figure out. So I'm like, who's not in power that wants to be in power? And right now, I'm not really seeing it yet. I see a lot of puppets, and I'm still trying to figure out who the puppet master is.
Right.
But right now, I just don't know if it's one person. Right now, I feel like everybody's being manipulated right now.
Yeah.
I feel like even I feel like God King's being manipulated. I mean, we know that Vivenna was being manipulated. I feel like the Returned are being manipulated by their own priests because they're listening to these other priests, debate and argue and stuff, and they're being, subtly manipulated by those arguments, even though they're just like, oh, let them argue amongst themselves. They're still listening, and they're still getting riled up the same way everybody else is. So now I'm like, who's? Oh,
yeah.
Okay. The priests are okay. So there's a faction of priests. There's got to be a faction of priests, but then who's leading the faction of priests is actually trying to create the war,
right?
And what do they have to benefit? That's where I'm at right now. So so there's a faction of priests. I don't know if I really feel like it's what's his name, Bluefingers. Yeah, that's the one that Siri kind of has a tete-a-tete with at the beginning, right?
No, that's
is it him?
Trilody's.
Trilody's is different though. Okay, Trilody's. And where is he from?
Trilody's is one of the priests. Bluefingers is the scribe. That's kind of like
who's from. One is from Idris, and one is from outside.
No, Trilody's is from there, I think.
Okay.
Bluefingers is from Pankal.
Shoot. And that was critical too. You didn't talk about it. Siri wanted the priestesses switched out.
When the
servants switched out.
Pankal because of the dresses and
right. This is what got me thinking a lot about priests and all this kind of stuff. Was that whole thing about switching people out? And I was like, interesting that she wanted to swap them out. And I was like, there's something about these faction of different types of priests. So that's got something to do with it, but I just can't quite put my finger on it.
Right.
Again, I feel like there's like a pyramid of hierarchy being built in my mind, but I just can't get the top level. I don't have it yet.
Yeah. Well,
it'll come up and be like, oh, it was that guy the whole time. I'd be like, oh, duh. But that's where I'm at.
Sounds good.
Those are my only two theories. Is I think that the hidden on this, I think they're there. I think they're statues because of Harry Potter, and I think that there's a priest thing going on. There's a priest
undercurrent.
Yeah, we'll call it undercurrent. Yep. This is happening. And I think that's where all this is coming from. Is stemming from.
Okay. Cool.
There you go.
I'll tell you.
That's what I got.
Favorite character.
Man, you don't get to choose Tippy often, but man, Tippy went off. Tippy went off. I love Tippy. And this one,
I'm gonna pick Tippy adjacent and pick Light Song just because it was hilarious. Like,
man, Blizzard was actually really great. Though. I mean, I really wish we'd have to follow Tippy, like actually doing the damage, but we just get to see the fact that he comes in he comes in and sees him restrained, though. I was like, nice.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
So
Good
that's just
stuff.
awesome. Yeah. Good old
If it wasn't them, I would have chosen what's her name? All Mother.
All Mother?
Is that her name? All Mother?
All Mother.
No, that didn't sound right.
Yeah, that's All Mother.
It is All Mother.
Mhm.
Okay. I like how witty she is. She has that mature sageness about her.
The grandma.
Who's just like, hey, she's like, hey, my body may not be keeping up, but my mind is just as sharp as it's always been. I love it. Yeah.
That's great.
So
sounds good. Well, next week we are going to be doing, I think, 5 chapters again. Let me just double check. 45 through 49. Yeah, 5 chapters. So yeah, it's 5 chapters. Then we do 4, and then we finish the book.
That's right. We're getting close.
Yeah. So we have 3 episodes left.
Whoa.
We're getting close. So almost done with Warbreaker. So yeah. So yeah, 5 chapters next week. Should be fun. So how we can be found is at thecosmereads.com. Check it out. Join our Discord. Got a few people there. Always fun to hear people's thoughts as they work through books or communicate with us through there. I will, if you ask me a question on Discord, I will answer it 100%, 110%. I'm on Discord often. I mean, at least it's I get notifications. So if you ask me a question, especially if you tag me, I'll answer. Or if you have suggestions, thoughts, anything like that, come join our Discord. We're also on X and social media there. I haven't done the Tiki Talks with this particular podcast, but yeah, maybe I will. I don't know. Who knows? Maybe at some point. Who knows? But yeah, come join us for that. Check out the website. It has links to also merchandise, as well as Patreon. Support us. It does help. All that stuff to buy new mics and green screens. And also, people don't realize, I was talking to somebody the other day just about like how much it costs to run a podcast. It's not cheap. Like once you add up all the services that you use, like it's a lot.
That's the thing about getting a green screen. I mean, it would be expensive because this is a wide area behind me that I would have to do.
Yeah, I mean, they like the one I have, like
because my camera's up on my monitor, so it's pretty far away, which means it gets more. It's wide.
It gets wide. Like this
one. I mean, this is 5 feet wide right here. So.
Oh yeah, it can go the length of my entire room if I wanted to, like the green screen I have. It's a big.
I would need like a 8. Oh no, much longer than 8 foot.
It's a big green screen.
Yeah, it's a lot bigger than I think. So
yeah.
In fact, it might almost be better for me to get something that could drop down from the ceiling than for me to try to do something that can go up from the bottom.
And the green screen is pretty good because I mean, there's folds in my green screen and you can't even tell, which is fantastic.
Oh yeah, they do a really good job of that. I'm impressed with that.
Yeah. So I mean, like, if you see how crappy it looks behind me because I've done it in a way where I make it so it works. It is. Like actually,
you can practically get a green shower curtain and make it work.
I take my filter off. See, look, you see, there's a bunch of wrinkles behind me.
Yeah,
boom. And it's gone.
Yeah, they do a really, really good job with the technology.
It it's a lot. But anyway, a little behind the scenes for everyone that's still watching. Or if you're listening to the podcast, sorry, you have to go check us out on YouTube. You can see a green screen behind me. It's fascinating. So go check out the website. That's all I got for this week, and we'll see you guys next week for some more Cosmere. So.
Bye, y'all.
See ya. Thank you for watching the Cosmere Reads.
Gosh dang, gosh, they fresh. Gosh dang, gosh, they fresh.